Yes, we're back. Back again in Train Sim World 3. We're back again on the Great Western Express. And this time looking at the diesel legends of the Great Western Express, which you've done some stuff on before, but I fancied driving words, something old and diseasely. So picking a timetabled route in one of the trains from the diesel legends thing that you get access to, but this train comes from the Tees Valley line. Confused? Yeah, I am as well. If you're watching this on YouTube, then hello. This going out on either a Friday or Saturday, one of the days. Some Train Sim Classic on a Wednesday, something on a Monday. We've got something new to look at that goes out on a Sunday. There'll be links in the description below to where you can get the various DLCs to be able to do this. There'll also be a link down there to my Twitch page and the Discord server as well. Yeah, please stop, Connor. Thank you. Right, so yes, I'm in a train, and hi, CN. In a train, it's a train, and you can tell that by the way that it is. I'd say it's a Class 31, because it's what it says on the side. And apparently I've got to go and uncouple some vehicles before we then take this to Reading from here in the Paddingtons. Nothing to do with the Bears, honestly. Okay, let's uncouple this one then. Okay. Now I've got to go back and unlock the doors. A funny midday. Well, I was sat here and slightly bored. A little bit. Right, let's jump back in then. And we'll unlock the doors. Okay. How do we, it's not really a step I'm climbing up, is it? But climb down? I haven't climbed up yet. I've got to climb down. No, I don't want to give up control. I'm trying to get back in. There we go. Okay. Close the door thing. We'll open the window type thing. Hiya, how are you doing? You okay? Okay, I'm just going to sit down here in the seat thing. Okay. Unlock doors. Okay. Forward, I'm guessing. Forward is a good thing to do. I'm just going to open your window. Is that all right? Thank you. Is there any other things we should be doing? Is there any... Oh, there's some switches up here. What have we got up here then? Engine room light? No. Tail light, left side. Tail light. Route indicator lights. Yeah, we'll have those a bit on. Tail light, right side's off. Cab light, we'll leave that off. Oh, lock doors. Hi, Damien. That's... No, which end am I? That end. That's the end. Be this end. Okay, go via gantry. Well, we can do that. I've got to release the... Are we going to do the moving thing now? Moving. Moving will be nice. Oh, there we go. No, we have moving. Yeah, brakes still releasing. That's fine. They'll release at some point. Right, so go via the gantry thing on our way down to Reading. It's very spacious in here, isn't it? Nice view. Normally these things you're looking out over the little tiny porthole type thing. Oh, that's a view. Well, this service is actually going to Didcot Parkway. But I'm not taking it that far. It actually said Didcot. But I only take it as far as Reading, obviously, because that's only as far as it is. But yeah, that's why I picked it, basically, because it does say it's going to Didcot. Cryptic 24 of the months. Thank you very much, Cryptic. Yeah, I hope you're doing okay. Right, we have a green, which is useful. Well, hopefully one day they'll extend the Great Western thing. Because it would be quite cool if they did. So yeah, I just thought I'd do a couple of shuttles up and down with something old. Or maybe even break out the 101 and do the return trip from Reading, because that'll go well. Because you can use that with the Great Western, with the Diesel's Legends thing, the Legends, you know, the thing. With that, you can do that. I'm good at this, aren't I? Right, we've got to stop in 4.6 miles at Ealing Broadway. Yeah, well, I think they could do it as a Reading to Bristol. I'm sure they could do it in stages. So, you know, Reading to Bristol, and then give you the option. We said this before, it'd be great on PC if you then could go, actually, you've got both. There's a scenario here that links them both together. Would you like to do that? Yes, please. So at least we can then do London to Bristol. Because I'd be quite happy doing that in a HST. Trundling up and down there. Okay, so we're gaining a little bit of speed now, which is useful. Not quite up to line speed, but I'm conscious of the fact we got to stop in a few miles. So we're just trundling along quite nicely. We're in no particular hurry. I don't really care if we're late. See, proper smoky old diesel. It's probably when it, you know, driving these sort of things. I know it was a step up from the steam era, but driving these sort of things, even, you know, spending a day in this, you probably felt as though you'd spent a day at work. The other ones, well, modern trains now, we just computer screens and little tiny levers. Not quite the same, you know, hefty old levers in this. So you're actually having to control the thing. Hang on, are we actually stopping? Oh, we are, Ealing Broadway, Southall, Hayes and Harlington, West Drayton, Slough, Maidenhead, Twyford, Reading. Oh, actually, we've got a few stops. Oops, I thought we were just going straight through. I thought we were stopping for a red lighty thing, but obviously not. We have got some actual stops. Okay, we could do 80 here, which obviously we're not going to. We're picking up speed slowly, 47 miles an hour. That's a reasonable speed. As speeds go, it's okay. So yeah, you get the 08 shunter. You get the class 51, I want to say, and the 101 that you can use on this as part of the Diesel Legends thing. But if you've already got the Tees Valley line and the other one, the northern one, then you can use trains from that as well in scenarios from this. I could go faster, I'm not going to. So yeah, it does open up a lot more scenarios, and actually, you know, quite in keeping with the route, I think, especially with the old carriages we've got going on here. Northern Transpennine, that's the one, the northern one. I knew what I meant. The northern one, yeah. If you've got that as well, then you get access to use trains from that on this. When we do the next one, I'll show you. You can actually pick from timetable routes which train you want to do. So it, yeah, it does open up a lot more routes. I do like this line. It's just a shame it's not longer. So there's a 101 coming the other way. Okay, so 1 and a bit miles to go to Ealing Broadway. So I'm not sure what the braking thing is going to be like on this. Probably not great, I should imagine. So we'll err on the side of caution. Mile to go. Yeah, we're only 3 minutes late at the first stop. That's pretty good, isn't it? Yeah, it's actually, for what it is, and I did it today because I was scrolling through the sale thing, so as I'm streaming, recording this, it's actually on sale. I don't know, they're brakes. I don't know what sort of brakes they are, they're brakes. You apply them and you slow down. That's generally, you know, as far as my knowledge. I don't know, I'm not a train geek. I don't know these things. I'm guessing air because I can hear a compressor. Right, in we come to Ealing Broadway. Where hopefully we'll stop, because that'll be handy. No, don't stop back here. Don't stop back here. Oh, only just caught it. There we go. Right, unlocking doors. Yeah, 101, which is the manual gear change thing. Going the other way. We'll do one of those on the return thing. Does sound good though. Passengers are doing the getting on thing. Locking doors. Okay, Southall. Wait for the brakes to release. There we go. .4 miles to Southall. All of the powers. That's the way to do it. Yeah, I do want to go to the Heritage Railway thing at Didcot at some point. It's only about 40 minutes drive for me. Oh, actually, I've never been to the Steam Museum here in Swindon, so there's a thing. Yeah, it's not exactly rapid, this thing, is it? Flat out 40 miles an hour. Yeah, it's not exactly... Well, I suppose HST wouldn't stop at these stops. Yeah, that's definitely a good noise. As noises go. Right, we know the brakes are okay, so I can keep the throttle open now for a little bit longer. Yes, indeed. There's still HSTs running here. Down in Cornwall, up in Scotland. It's still an awesome thing, really is. It'll be a real shame when there's none. Well, they're going to end up on the heritage lines, aren't they? But it'll never be able to go 125 again. Right, just over a mile to Southall. So I'll bring the power off. A little bit of the coasting thing. Start applying some brakes. Shorty. I've got to get used to these brakes. That's just going to slow me down way too early. How am I feeling? Good. All good. Okay, put a bit of power back on. Yeah, brakes. Good going on, but take a long time to release. We are now arriving, I am, at Southall. Hey, that's not bad with the stopping. Well, don't stand and look at the engine, people. The carriages are back there. If you're going to get on, get on. South. It's not Southall. Southall. South. Oh, I come from Southall, don't you know? Southall. So yeah, making our way to Reading in this class 31, which you get the route as part of the Diesel Legends pack for the Great Western Main Line. Has Portal Series ended? Is it part 5? Oh, it's still going on. Southall, indeed. Right, Hayes and Harlington is we go. Once brakes release. 1.8 miles to Hayes and Harlington. Yeah, I think my Portal series on YouTube is going to be about a 16-part series. Did you miss a long journey from London to Edinburgh? It didn't happen. Basically, there were technical difficulties. Hoping to do it again on my birthday. How far do you go? I can't remember. Chapter 8? Level 8, Chapter 8. Did you progress from Didcot? Yeah. From that series, we've made it as far as King's Cross, which was supposed to be the starting point to go from King's Cross to Edinburgh. So this coming Tuesday's train sim will be departing King's Cross and heading to Doncaster or maybe York, depending on how the time goes. And then we will continue making our way up. See, what I'm thinking is not doing London to Edinburgh for my long train sim stream, but doing the one from Glasgow to Mallaig on my birthday, because I've never done that, and that's about 5 hours or so. So make that a birthday stream. So we've got like the next 4 weeks to get to Glasgow, basically, which should be doable. 2 weeks to get to Edinburgh, 1 to get to Glasgow, or 3 weeks to get to Edinburgh, 1 to get to Glasgow.
Oh yeah.
Themen, or the men, thanks so much for the follow. Well, I can change the train. You went past Didcot. Yes, I did see on your thing you put Pacer. Nah, I won't use Pacer. I'm thinking 150 or something like that, or 166. Thurso to Penzance in a Pacer. Okay, we're coming in a bit rapid here. I think I've got the AP 150. Oh, come on, don't stop. Never give up. Don't stop. Okay, fine. If you count this as being in the station, then well, actually no. Well, 2 of the carriages are. That's okay. No, we'll take that. I didn't plan on stopping there, but okay. Yeah, people down the back of the train are like, we can't seem to get off. Getting off doesn't seem to be a thing we can do. Right, West Drayton is next. Yeah, it's a pain when you get stuff like that. You buy certain things and it relies on other... Well, this does. You can't just buy the... Well, you could buy the Diesel Legends thing, but it wouldn't benefit you unless you got the Great Western Express and a couple of other lines as well. But I love the fact that you can take other trains on other routes, and this, it sort of fits. It's not like this wouldn't have been on this route potentially. So yeah, we're taking this all the way to Reading, and then I think we'll bring a 101 back. And then we'll see what else we've got. I think there's a shunter we can have a play around with. Yeah, the 101's the one with the gears. Tonight, by the way, back again with some ETS2. Carrying on in Scandinavia, doing some trucking. And then tomorrow back on the farm. And then normal service, normal service resumes next week. Train sim on Tuesday, OMSI on Wednesday, flight on Thursday. I'm going to be jumping in the 737. Friday night, don't know yet. Saturday lunchtime, more Train Sim World 3. Next Saturday night is going to be some Day of Infamy. Infamy, infamy. They've all got it infamy. And at some point, I've got to finish off Portal. One day. Still be doing it next Christmas at this rate. As well as doing some more of the whole Roblox thing. Too many things, not enough time. I've not lit the speed limit once. Yep. Did I enjoy it? I did actually. It was oddly satisfying. And it's raining. Raining on my train. Portal, that was a single episode thing, right? Oh, absolutely. Just one. Yeah, it's not a multi-part series or anything. Definitely just one episode. We got wipers. A manual... I'm sorry, what? We've got a manual wiper. Excuse me? How is... Okay. We'll just... A wiper called Emmanuel. There's got to be... There's... No. It definitely says manual wiper. It's got to be air powered, surely. It can't be manual. How do you have a manual wiper? I got a foot warmer. I can turn that on, keep your feet warm. Right, let's do the slowy down thing. Hopefully, oh god. Okay, yeah, lots of the braking then. Where some of the train... Oh, actually, no, it might not be too bad. That'll do. Unlock left. Right, it's got to be... It can't be manual, surely. We've got to have some sort of AWS wiper. Aha, there we go. Have you... There we go. Oh, my little thing's waggling as well. Nothing nicer than when your little thing has a waggle. Right, lock doors. We'll just leave those passengers behind. They were too slow. Sorry, you're too slow. Right, stop at Slough. Do I have a big shaft? Have we got any sort of shaft? Let's have a look. Where's me? Oh, it's a little tiny thing. Hang on. Oh, I've got a little thing. I've got to grab it in my left hand. That's... Well. Oh, and it's sweet. Anyway, let's do the go thing. See, you can do a bit clean. Nah, that's perfect. Lived in. Right, onwards towards Slough. You right? How you doing? It's like... That looks the most uncomfortable seat ever. Have you got a foot warmer? I've got a foot warmer. Okay. Right, Slough is the next stoppy place. Then it's Maidenhead, Twyford, and then Reading. Let's give it some more power. Hey, I've been looking at things to do in my computer room here. You know what I'd love to get? Slightly sad, I know. But, you know, bear with me. I'd love to get an old bus seat. With moquette. And put that in my computer room. Not that anybody would ever sit on it, but I think it'd look quite cool. She must be cold. Hang on. Window... Yeah, I don't really care about her. Right, 4.6 miles to Slough. So we're going to make the return journey in the 101 from Reading back to Paddington. By getting a tractor seat for a stall seat. Yeah. A lot of people use like car seats, don't they, for their like gaming chairs. But I quite like, I use the arms. So I have my arms resting on the arms, so it'd be no good with a car seat. Make sure I have one with built-in, well, arms. Am I playing missions? It's just timetabled route. But it's part of the Diesel Legends thing. Right, 3.9 miles to Slough. And then it's on towards Reading. Yeah, I was going to stream earlier this morning, but obviously I didn't. That was... I don't know why I said that. I recorded some stuff for YouTube this morning to go out next week. That's what I'm going to say. Wednesday's train sim videos... Wednesday's train sim video is really, really, really random. I just sat down I haven't felt well since like beginning of the week, and I sat down in a really good mood, feeling really good, and it was really random. So yeah. Not that, actually, no, I think it was quite random from the very beginning. So, yeah, I think I'm going to call it, I haven't done the thumbnail and stuff for it yet. I think I'm just going to call it a really random trip in train sim. So watch out for that one coming out on Wednesday. I don't care anymore. It was one of those where there was a tangent and I took it and I just ran with it. It was very odd. Yeah, it was quite weird. Right, 2 miles to Slough. We'll do some of the coasty thing. Can I turn the whipper off now? Hang on. There we go. Right, let's get rid of my whipper. Now it's not doing the rainy thing anymore. 1.6 of the miles to... Oh god, get my mouse back on the mouse mat. 1.6 of the miles to the Slough. So yeah, tonight back with some trucking. Tomorrow some farming. And then normal streaming schedule returns next week on Tuesday. With Drains. It took Drains in. Right, 1 mile. I haven't quite got used to the braking on this. Should we try soon? Let's get ready. Let's get ready to rumble. What happened to Ant the Deck? Shame they really never went on to any great success on it. Biker Grove, and that's it. Oh yeah, 2 really weird things as well. 2 days running I've had a banana. Just thought I'd share that. There's something definitely not right with me. Right, you're going to come to a stop now, or you're just going to keep... Have a banana. And normality returned after spending pretty much 2 days solid in bed earlier this week. Up at 5:30 this morning. So, yay! And knock left. Well, it's all the clean up, isn't it? I'm going to have a jelly baby. Oh, I didn't buy any. Oh, crap. Okay. There could be an issue. I forgot to buy jelly babies. Lock left. Right, Maidenhead. Wait for the brakes to do the releasing of the brakes thing. Did I not? I thought I opened my window. Did you close it? Did you close my window? You did, didn't you? Salted... Oh, peanuts. No. No, 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 no. Right, so we have a green, Maidenhead next. Was that it? Was it Maidenhead and then Reading? Oh no, Twyford. Maidenhead? No. Radiohead, I nearly went with then. Maidenhead, Twyford and then Reading. It's a nice day out there, isn't it? Okay, any plans for this evening? You doing anything after work? Not that you're my type, but, you know. No? Okay. I tried. I tried to strike up a conversation. McBone! 12 months, McBone. You now get, McBone, the Alaskan flag next to your little thing. Not that little thing, the thing on the screen. a strong silent type, which sometimes is a good thing, but you know.
Oh yeah.
And Calypse00 underscore, thanks very much for the follow. See what I did there? If according to HR, a question like that. Well, ask him what they're doing this evening. That's conversation. What are you up to this evening? Just ask him what you're doing after work. It wasn't like asking him out on a date or anything. Just trying to strike up a conversation. Right, 4.7 miles now. We're in no rush. We're only running like 5 minutes late. It's alright. Wait till we get in the 101 on the way back. That's going to be, well, you've got to change gears and stuff in it. That's definitely going to go well. I'll probably end up doing like I did last time, just leave it in the highest gear and just go for it. Blind and deaf? Well, if she was dead, there wouldn't be much conversation anyway. And if you're dead, then you can't really see. Deaf. Oh, that makes more sense now. Ever been to Maidenhead? I think I might have been to Maidenhead. Not a place that, you know, you would remember going to. Fitter's going to hate you when I'm done with the 101. Yeah, bringing in slight problem with the clutch. Gearbox is a bit knackered. So it should be an hour there, an hour back, and then we'll see what else we can do after that with the see if we can do something shuntery. Exactly, yeah. Stop. Watch that child. It's like, surely kids should be taught not to just run out in front of ice cream vans. So if they get knocked over, it's their own fault. Which one's better, Train Sim World 3 or Train Sim Classic? It depends on what you want out of it. Graphically, Train Sim World 3. Routes, though, you're limited to about an hour long, roughly. Will be the maximum route you'll get to do. A lot of UK stuff, a lot of German stuff. For length and variety, Train Sim Classic. I still vow that if I only had to do one sim, it would be Train Sim Classic. Because you can do a couple of hours, 3 hours, 5 hours, whatever in Train Sim Classic. But this, graphically, I'm not going to do anything else in Munich Bus Simulator. Blimey, why would I do that? It's about 10 years old. Yeah, this graphically is fantastic, and the audio's brilliant. But you are limited to length of route, which is fine for most people that want to just jump on and do a quick journey. An hour's fine. Well, yeah, it is long, but because you're going slowly. So it's not like the line's long, it's just because you're taking a long time to do it. So the average is an hour, roughly. But yeah, I just, the way Train Sim World looks, it's just, you can't beat it really. It does look absolutely stunning. Even if, you know, not very talkative over there. I don't know why I slowed down that early, but, you know, hey ho. If you're going to be late, be late. So looking forward to seeing what this year brings for Train Sim World 3 and potentially Train Sim World 4. What are we going to get that's new? You know, being a UK train fan, I'd love to see more UK stuff. Yeah, the only big change with 3, the training centre's new, and dynamic weather. So I've got this weather set to the day that I'm streaming / recording this. So the weather will change throughout the year. And obviously on any new route, people will put up the umbrellas on train stations and stuff like that. Yeah, lighting. Obviously, if you're going to buy one of them, unless you can get 1 or 2 really cheap, I don't think you can still buy 1 and 2. I don't know if you can. Okay, that's brakes. Okay, we're going to stop early. We'll just stop here. That's fine. Most of the train was on. $2020. Yeah, so the one before it came... Yeah. Yeah, if you've got the older versions and many routes in the older versions, they will work on the newer versions. So if you've got 2 and you buy 3, all the routes you've got for 2 will transfer automatically over to 3. Right, Twyford, 6 miles this time. Right, let's give it the proverbial beans once the brakes release. Oh, the underground route in this is really good. Really, really good. Right, full on with the beans. Actually sounds quite good. Right, 6 miles to Twyford. Just leave it wide open. Yeah, it's certainly different. This Diesel Legends thing enables you to use older trains on Great Western thing, which you can do anyway, but with timetabled routes, rather than just doing your own route. So yeah, we'll be bringing the Class 101 on the return trip back into Paddington once we get to Reading. Got a slight uphill grade, but you know, 0.1% shouldn't really slow the thing down that much, should it? Oh, 52 miles an hour. considering we just gave it the beans when we left the station, it's definitely not rapid, but not designed for speed, is it? A bit like me. I'm not designed for speed. Oh, mushy peas. I nearly had mushy peas yesterday, but I did sausage and mash, and I gave in and had beans instead. If I could upgrade Train Sim Classic, what will it be and why? Tough one. Graphics. That's the only thing with Train Sim Classic, the game engine. That's the only thing that makes it feel old. And certainly with some of the routes. You know, I love the audio, I love the trains, I love the variety. It's just the graphics. If they put Train Sim Classic on a whole new game engine, well, that's a me issue. One day I'll uninstall it and reinstall it and it'll fix itself. Or just verify the game files, you know. But yeah, I think graphically, which is where this is just phenomenal. Graphically is so good. Yeah, they get a lot of the routes like 10 years old now for Train Sim Classic, so they are going to be outdated. You know, I do like the fact that you can use old routes. You know, that's great. And, you know, they're not limiting the game. So they're not saying, oh, wow, anything more than 4 years old now you can't use. It's, yeah, you got a 10-year-old route, go for it. So I like that, but you've got to, when you do those old routes, you've got to expect them to not be up to date. But, you know, I still really enjoy Train Sim World because of the audio and visual aspect to it. Hi, Auckland. But, you know, there's more stuff I want to try and do this year as far as streams. I want to try and get back into flight a bit more. Obviously this isn't going anywhere. Train Sim Classic may or may not move fortnightly because there's a load of other things that I want to try and do, so I might end up with like a fortnightly rotation of streams. It doesn't bother me, Cryptic, but well, I never worry about keeping to times anyway. You know, I don't do any of this stuff to treat it as a real life simulation. You know, there are people out there that they'll do a timetable route, you know, will stick to time, and brilliant, love it. You know, if that's the way that you're gonna commit to this, fantastic. I don't care if I'm late. You know, I do really like that people will want to get that much interest in something. You never forget, we had someone in the community that would do an 8-hour shift in OMSI and would sit there for like 20 minutes at turnaround and, you know, not advance time. And so it's really great when you get people that want to get a full immersion into simulation stuff. Yeah, and that's brilliant. You know, I've never been that way inclined. I can certainly see the appeal. absolutely see the appeal. You know, if you want to simulate being a proper train driver and you're going to go, right, I'm going to do an 8-hour shift going up and down this line, which again you can do more so in Train Sim Classic, I think. Otherwise you're doing an hour. I suppose you're only doing each way 4 times, aren't you? So here, if you did, I don't know, Paddington to Reading in a HST, you've only got to do that 4 times, and that's your 8-hour shift. So yeah, I do get the appeal, and I can see why people would do it. Again, I've said this before. For someone that, excuse me, you're thank you. For someone that obviously does so much gaming content on Twitch and on YouTube, I don't do any gaming myself. I would not fire up the PC and do a route in something. All the gaming I do is streamed or recorded, without exception. And I don't know why. Time, I think, is part of the reason. When we had more of an interest in our multiplayer farm, in Farm Sim, I would go on that off stream a couple of nights a week. But that's died off now. So all the gaming I do is streamed or recorded. Right, Reading, 4.5 miles. And I think I look forward to it more. I really look forward to firing this up once a week and doing a route. And look forward to doing farming when we do it on the stream. Look forward to doing OMSI. Look forward to doing Train Sim Classic. Rather than me streaming something I'm spending, you know, 8 or 10 hours in, and it just be a continuation of that. I like the fact that, you know, when we get something new to look at, it is my first time. How many of the games on here do you reckon you play without the Twitch YouTube? None. I probably would do... No, I probably would do farming. And yeah, that's probably it. I used to do a lot of trucking in single player, and I did flight when we had the whole what was it called? There's a thing in X-Plane where you did flights to take passengers from places to places, or cargo from place to place, and you earn money if you're virtual, like airline type thing. I used to do that in single player. It seems to be a bit wet out. There we go. But yeah, mainly it's time for me. Obviously I'm streaming Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday lunchtime, Saturday night, Sunday afternoon. Working 50 hours a week. I don't get any time during the week to do any other gaming. I get obviously Saturday morning and Sunday morning to do domesticated stuff, and then I get a Sunday afternoon and evening and a Monday night. So I don't really get time to do any other gaming. But the gaming I do and do on the streams, I really enjoy. I need a maid. I need a lottery win. Or I need to find someone rich that can just move in, pay all the bills, so I haven't got to work. I need a sugar daddy. I do need a sugar daddy. Right, 1.6 miles to go to Reading. But no, I genuinely, I'm really enjoying the gaming. Loving the community. It's just there aren't enough hours in the day to do all the things that I want to do. Right, we are approaching Reading, where we'll then jump into a 101 and make the return trip back to Paddington. An 8-day week. Well, you know, someone said, oh, you should stream on a Monday, you can stream on a Sunday night. I would, but I don't want to get to the point where I'm fed up with streaming. You know, I do miss it on a Monday night, and sometimes miss it on a Sunday night when I'm not streaming. But the last thing you want to do is burn out. And again, I'm in a lucky position. Well, some say lucky position. I've got no family, I've got no friends. So I've got no one else vying for my time. Which is why I can spend so much time sat here. Okay, we are now arriving at Reading. Uh-oh. We're gonna stop early. You know what, Shorty? I actually think that was part of it. I was knackered over Christmas. Went back to work on Tuesday. And then it just knocked me for 6. Which is why I pretty much spent 2 days in bed. But again, I normally have a holiday. And I haven't had a holiday for 3 years. You know, going away, chilling out. I normally go chilling out in the New Forest for a week. Walking and just sat doing nothing. I haven't done that for 3 years. Haven't been away anywhere. So I think it's that time to unwind. And you can't do it in just one evening, can you? And, you know, an afternoon. You need a period of time to switch off. I actually think the last few days probably helped. Because I'm feeling really odd at the moment. Right, lock doors. Objective complete. Right, so there we go. So that got us from Paddington the Bear to Reading. At least I don't have a needy wife. Well, you know. I don't think a proper holiday is. I was actually looking online this morning at something for the States for 18 days. I was almost looking at trying to rejiggle. And there was a holiday that revolved around... same sort of train trip I was going to take anyway, but was a pre-planned thing. Went New York, flew into New York, day in New York, Washington to Chicago to Denver, I think it was, then Vegas, then San Francisco, including the train travel as well. That was 18 days. So I think a week, I think 10 days is enough. Right, choose a route. So we go Great Western Express. We do Timetable. So now we can choose Diesel Legends or the original one. So original one gives you the 66, 166 or 43. Diesel Legends gives you all of those. So if we go Diesel Legends and we now go 101, so we can now pick Reading to London Paddington, which is what we want to do. So we'll go a bit later. We'll go there. Weather, time of year is 7th January. That's right. Yeah, one of the best things I did when I went to Fuerteventura for the first time, I walked into travel agents on the Friday and said, right, I want to go away tomorrow, all inclusive, somewhere warm. And they were like, yeah, we can do this all inclusive Fuerteventura. It's like 300 quid for a week, including flights, hotel, the whole lot. And I was like, yeah, I'll have some of that. Brilliant. So I didn't have a clue where I was going. Right, so we're now doing class 101, which is manual. So you've got to change gears with this thing. Panel light would turn on. Left marker light white, right marker light white. Destination light on. Okay, we'll open the window. Yeah, I've got no co-pilot on this one. Right until 11:06. Okay. Right, in that case we can knock it into first. Hi, Kerry. You're late. I don't know if Brexit would. You can still take a holiday with like a day's notice. My thing, which without going into it too deep, and the one thing that's making me hesitate with my trip to the States is doing it alone. Holiday in the UK on your own, not a problem. Holiday somewhere you've never been before, don't know. Wait until 11:06. It's 11:06. Lock doors. Right. Okay, so now in first gear. Release the brakes. That's a long way to lean over there. Okay. Now throttle with the throttle. Hang on. Have we gone into the... Bear with me. Reverse into forward. Probably a good idea. Okay. Let's try releasing the brakes again. Right, are we going to do some of the going now, or what's going to happen? Okay. You don't appear to be going into the forward type. Have we got a... Hang on. Has this thing got a thing? Aha, there we go. I didn't have my thing turned on. Oh, the train part of it, I'm not bothered about with America. The flight doesn't bother me. The Amtrak train doesn't bother me. It's the bit when I get to San Fran or Emeryville. Right, so back the throttle off. Up in the second. Obviously it's a lot easier in reality because you just back that off, pull that. Off we go to Twyford. Imagine the fun of that. Well, again, you'd have one hand on there, wouldn't you, and one hand on there. So you just wang that forward, bring that back, and put it back forward again. So it wouldn't be as a finicky operation as I'm making it look. Right, so we're stopping at the same stops now. Twyford, Maidenhead, Taplow, Burnham, Slough, Langley, Ivor, West Drayton, Hayes and Harlington, Southall, Hamwell, West Ealing, Ealing Broadway, Acton Main Line, London... Oh God, lots of stops. Great. Yeah, I was looking at options this morning. Yeah, about 6 hours from here to New York. New York doesn't really appeal to me. I wasn't bothered about going to New York. And Chicago, when I looked at the flights, it was fly in on the Sunday, hotel Sunday night, go to the station like Monday, and wait for the train. And then you just sit on the train. That bit, really looking forward to. Another morning in Chicago. Yeah, I found flights about 900 quid returning from Chicago. But I haven't yet looked in at the options of going, like, fly into Chicago, fly out of San Fran or LA. So yeah, I was digging around this morning. Right, 2.8 miles from Twyford. A whopping 64 miles an hour. We've got a maximum speed for this thing. No, 64 seems to be it then. Yeah, I can see why these are just used on the commuter lines. $70-ish. Yeah, San Fran appeals to me. LA, not really. I just like the whole, sitting on a train looking out the window for a couple of days thing. If that doesn't unwind you, I don't know what would. Although, that's not cheap. Top speed 70. We're doing 65 going slightly downhill. We'll see what the brakes are. About a long, what are we, 2 trains? Yeah, 2 trains. 3 cars. I think I didn't have the brakes released all the way. I don't think we're going to be stopping. Some of the train might hopefully arrive at Twyford. Hey, actually, That's not bad. That's not bad. That actually, as stopping goes, that was quite good. We'll see what happens now if I leave it in fourth, because, you know, it'll be fine. Right, lock doors. Right, 6.7 miles to Maidenhead. We're moving. There's moving. Oh, that's fine. That's probably as fast as the 166. Okay, maybe at 166 a little bit faster. In fact, we're going downhill as well. There we go. We're getting there. We're not quite in the power zone yet. And that'd make them bleach. Well, it's going to be Amtrak I'm going to be on. The California Zephyr. So it's me one train the whole way. So yeah, I'll make sure, you know, wallet and stuff is secured away in something that's lockable. Yeah. I always keep my wallet in my front pocket anyway. Wallet, phone and keys, always in my front pocket. I never put anything in my back pocket. You still see people that you're walking around with their wallet quite clearly visible in their back pocket, or their phone just sticking out of their back pocket. I thought, how have you not, like, lost that? Okay, yeah, I think going straight into fourth, quite limiting. That's taken us, what, a mile to get to 50 miles an hour? Getting there now, though. Why not put the... hang on. I ain't put the interior lights on. Have I got a switch for that somewhere? Destination lights, test, yeah, that's the thing. Panels. I'm sure there was something for interior lights somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
There's a name. Frontist. Thanks so much for the follow. Yeah, don't worry about interior lights then. Towards the right of the handbrake. Oh, it's just... oh, over here. Hang on. Ah, there we go. Wow, that's bright. Okay. Yeah, I won't be going to New Jersey. Well, yeah, you do your fuel thing differently over there as well, don't you? If you have to go and pay inside, you have to tell them how much you need. Well, how do you know how much you need? A bit odd. But if not, it's the same as we do here. You put your card in, and then select which fuel you want and just fill it up. So yeah, pay at the pump thing works exactly the same as it does here. Right, 3 miles to go to Maidenhead. Yeah, I don't go inside. I just pay at the pump. I just fill up at the same fuel station about every 3 months. So making our way towards Paddington in this lovely 101. Yeah, about every 3 months I put fuel in the car. I don't go anywhere. I drive to work and back and shopping on a Saturday morning, that's it. And occasionally a trip out somewhere. Right, 1.9 miles. Will we actually manage to stop any better? That is the question. I got a Mondeo diesel, so it's good on fuel anyway. But the fact that I don't go anywhere makes it even better. Right, 1 mile to go. Yeah, I think the Mondeo is the Fusion. Is it in the States? Same car. Ford's World car. Don't know why I couldn't give it one name everywhere, but you know. Yeah, Mondeo stopped, and the Fiesta as well. Yeah, mine's got an engine I don't think you get in the States, a 1.6 litre diesel. Okay. Okay, yep, stopping. Yeah, I don't know why you bought a petrol. The fact you used your car for work, a diesel would make a lot more sense. Brake. That was alright, bit of stopping. Passengers are loading. Yeah, as well, 1.8, it's not a V6, it's a 4-cylinder. I don't even get it with a V6 anymore. Used to do a 2.5 litre V6. Don't forget, we're not really, we don't really do big engines here. You can get the Mondeo here with a 1 litre 3-cylinder turbo. Or you could. Right, Taplow is next. Okay, so let's bring the gears down. Let's try it in second. Let's see what that does. Alright, release the brakes. Okay, second's better. Yeah, again, smarts though. They're good on... If it's just you solo driving, I'd have a smart car. That's probably all I'd need, in all honesty. Oh, not neutral. Yeah, my niece had a smart. You can get a smart diesel here. Well, you could. It was like a 900cc diesel. They're not great in crashes, but it's a town car, isn't it? It's like me, most of the miles I do are just back and forth to work. Something like that would actually fit. If I had a driveway, I would actually consider something electric. Yeah, my drive's like 10 minutes. Right, Taplow is next. Run the extension cord to the street. Yeah, you couldn't do that here. Yeah, I don't think electric's the future. I did look years ago at the Prius before I bought my C4. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Okay, we're just gonna ignore this. Ignore. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to do this. Nothing to see here. Just going to back it up slightly. Why is the stupid brakes on this thing? I'm blaming the brakes, not anything to do with my application of the brakes and its timeliness. Oh god, oh god. Okay, now open the doors. Right, back it. Oh no, back into forward now. Okay, we'll try going back to second. So we've got, what have we got? Burnham, Slough, Langley, Ivor, West Drayton, Hayes and Harlington, Southall, Hanwell, West Ealing, Ealing Broadway, Acton Main Line, London Paddington. Was that a legal move? God no. Right, Burnham. Hang on, release the brakes first. No, wrong button. That one. There we go. Totally professional driver. We see nothing. Yeah, so don't forget, we'll be back tonight between 5:30 and 6 with some trucking. I thought I might have been able to might have been like a pre-select. So I thought I might have been able to just pull it into fourth. I suppose no, I thought I might have put it into fourth, come off the throttle, come back on the throttle, and it would engage the next gear. It didn't. Nothing new that I know of. Obviously, we're going to get Farm Sim 24. That'll be late this year. We'll get Train Sim World 4, I reckon, this year. But there's nothing new that I know of. A couple of things I'm looking forward to existing games. I really hope we get virtual trucking companies as default in ETS 2. And I'd love to see some sort of multiplayer or economy system or some sort of virtual train company in this. How does it feel about space flight sims? Not really a lot to do, is there? Well, I suppose there is, but thing is that no one is ever going to be able to release a truck sim. That's the problem. We thought before this came out that there wouldn't be another train sim, but this has sort of hit the mark, as it were. We're now going to stop incredibly early, aren't we? We thought there'd be another flight sim. We thought X-Plane would rule the roost until all of a sudden MSFS came along. So I think unless someone does something really big, I don't think there'll ever be another truck sim that beats ETS 2. What it needs is a company with money. And I almost think, from a train sim point of view, if Microsoft decided to go, actually, we had Microsoft Train Sim, we're going to re-release it because of the popularity of Microsoft Flight Sim, and they did it in a full train sim thing with these sort of graphics, they'll wipe the floor of everything. If someone with a lot of money decided to do a proper truck sim, imagine a truck sim like this, where you could get out of the truck, wander about, connect your trailer, do a route, an open world truck sim, even if it was on a smaller map. Imagine how cool that would be if it was 1-to-1 scale, but in, like, I don't know, 200 by 200 miles, so you've got enough for like 4 hours driving in one direction, but with these sort of graphics. And I think the problem is now with gaming, it's finding that new thing, and there aren't that many games now, certainly in the sim market. What other things are there that we haven't got? What other things would we want as sim gamers? Obviously things like this, you want more routes, but what other genre of simulation thing would be interesting and detailed? I'd love to see a proper car sim. So a proper car driving simulator. So with a proper living city, where maybe, I don't know, a Taxi Driver, or a game where you've got a city that, again, would take you a couple of hours to drive across and have various things to do within that, almost like a that weather changed, almost like a GTA sort of thing, but properly simulated with, you know, traffic and traffic lights like you get in ETS2. Either then you can do bus routes in, you can do courier driving in, dropping parcels, you can be a taxi driver, you can be a pizza delivery driver, you can be a garbage collector. So one world, multiple things to do. Diner simulator, dear oh dear. Car wash sim is basically going to be power wash sim, isn't it, with cars. Could be interesting. I really want to do more with the whole car mechanic sim, but that got a bit stupid because there's just so many DLCs for different car types then, and you're just doing exactly the same thing, just in various different cars. Well, that's the other thing. I hope it is, but I don't think it will be. Why haven't we got decent ship sim? We've got Sail Away and eSail, that are sailing simulators, where you can sail anywhere in the world. Why haven't we got a decent ship simulator where you could do, I don't know, a cross-channel ferry, or a cargo ship, or a tug, but anywhere in the world? Cruise ship, yeah. So take a cruise ship around the Bahamas, you know, real time. So if it's going to take you 8 hours to sail from point A to point B, it takes you 8 hours to sail from point A to point B. I slowed down really early then, didn't I? Well, I've got a couple of them. The Ship Sim Extreme, wherever it is, that you are just docking a boat, or just parking, you know, releasing from the dock and going out into the harbour, and then that's it. It finishes. They're not really great. But yeah, I don't know of any other. No, it's not any good. I don't know of any other genres that would work well from a simulation point of view. It's having that playability, isn't it? You want something that's just going to keep you coming back. Hairdresser sim. Okay, that's quite random. Yeah, it's that. You know, we said that, you know, having that worldwide transportation sim would be really good, wouldn't it? You know, you pick up a load from a factory in a truck, in a container. You take that to a port. You then load that container onto a ship. You drive that ship, pilot that ship across the ocean to another port. You unload the container with a crane onto a train, for example. Drive on that train to a destination, unload onto a truck, deliver it to the end point. Problem is, you're never going to get that sort of detail with anything. I think the future of stuff like this is multiplayer. Multiplayer and an economy system. We've had a lot of success over the years with the bus company in OMSI. Completely standalone thing that works with OMSI, that gives you an economy system and a virtual bus company. Imagine how good that would be in Train Sim World. so that you have your company, you have your one line. So if this was your one line, in the same as an OMSI. So you take out a loan to buy the rights to the line. You take out a loan to buy a train, and you have drivers that will drive your train up and down that line, making money. When you get enough money as a company, you buy a second train. And you have multiple drivers then driving up and down the same line. When you've got lots of money, you then take out the franchise to another line, in the same way as you do it with OMSI. I think that would just open up this so much, because you know, doing routes for the benefit of the company, a bit like we've got with the bus company in OMSI. Although you're still driving in OMSI, what you're doing benefits the company, which means we buy more buses, which means we buy more routes, the company does better. Hopefully the same thing we'll get for ETS2 when they bring out their official virtual trucking company. And then something like that in this would be fantastic. Not to the point where, you know, you want to see another person on the same line. You could have an overlay map, again a bit like OMSI does, so you can see one of your fellow train drivers coming up and down the same line. So that would work. But just, it gives you a reason to do a route. Right, Langley is our next stop, where it's a bit wet. .500 yards. The steam trains in this are really, really, really well done. Not my cup of tea. I have done a stream with them, but they are very well done. If you're into steam, yeah, they are extremely well modelled. The audio is fantastic. You've got to be really careful with traction. But yeah, it's really well done. Right, lock doors. Right, Ivor is next. Yeah, putting away in second works. It's definitely a bit... in 3, you've got dynamic weather, different lighting, and a different training area. Uh, 3 is obviously the best one. Oh god, not neutral. 4. If I could choose in any historic time period for a sim game, which would I choose? If it was a transportation sim, the 50s, sort of post-war, 50s, early 60s. See, yeah, Red Dead's one of those things. I never even got past the intro storyline in Red Dead 2. I played it for like about 30 minutes. Why the 50s? Because that was when industry started to boom. That's when we started to get, certainly from a transportation point of view, you know, trucks were great, buses were becoming great, route masters, etc. If you can't run Red Dead on your PC, you probably won't run this. I'd look at getting this on Xbox then, if that's what you're thinking. It will, are you sure? Because this is quite demanding. If you've got it on Xbox, get it on Xbox. At least you know where to run. Or take advantage of the 2-hour Steam refund thing. Right, let's try and stop somewhere near a station. Oh dear, overclocked. Yeah, never been a fan of that. But good luck. Overclocking it and then pushing it. Yeah, just be careful. If you're overclocking a PC and then you're pushing it to its limit constantly for a game like this, you're at risk of causing long-term damage. Overclocking it and then having it peak isn't a problem. Overclocking it and then pushing it to that overclock limit can cause issues. So just be very careful. Apparently your laptop can run Farm Sim. Oh dear. Yeah, there's been a lack of interest in the farm. We had a bit of a spike in new people at Christmas. I don't think any of those are going to return to the farm. I really like Farm Sim, but it's one of those things with multiplayer that it comes down to other people. You know, if we've got other people in the community that are going on. Next Farm Sim stream is tomorrow lunchtime. Didn't do it Thursday this week. I'm not doing it Thursday next week either, because we're doing Flight. Right, West Drayton is next. Yeah, this evening back with some trucking. And then tomorrow farming. Yeah, I've got to see. I looked the other day to see who hadn't been on, and well, I haven't been on the farm since last Sunday, Monday. Sunday, whatever day it was, we did farming. Right, so we've got West Drayton, Hayes and Harlington, Southall, Hamwell, West Ealing, Ealing Broadway, Acton Main Line, and London Paddington. A mile to go into the dreary outskirts of London. Hopefully we'll arrive at this station without sliding through it. Right, 800 yards. Yeah, I think peaceful is the word. he doesn't watch train sim streams either, so we get a bit of peace here as well. He rarely watches anything he's not in. Thanks for your commitment as a mod there, Crispy. Oh, nearly came to a stop right on the outskirts of the platform. Okay, we are arriving at West Drayton. It's really pain. I keep forgetting with this brake that you've got to go through it once to release it and then keep your finger on it and go through it once to again to apply it. Normally other trains that I'm used to, it's just once and it's on. Not all the way through to release, then all the way through again to apply. And then when you got to go all the way backwards to unapply it, then all the way through it again to release it. It is a pain. Right, back in a second. I'm blaming that for me overshooting entirely. Right, Hayes and Harlington. Okay, go, go, go. Forward, slowly. So you're going to come off the power. Throttle off. Straight into fourth. Oh, we're going uphill as well. This isn't going to be rapid on acceleration, is it? Must be really noticeable for the commuters as well when these things got replaced with, well, whatever they got replaced with. It's like a complete change of like thing, you know, from going to you know, basic seats like this and a carriage like this, something a lot more modern. That was lightning. Thing is, you don't expect comfort on a train you're only going to be on for like 10 minutes. I wouldn't expect, a commuter train within a city, you wouldn't want comfort. But something where you're going to be on it for an hour, potentially, you'd want a bit of comfort. So when we go into London in a few weeks' time for our meetup, I think it's about 50 minutes from where we get on the tube to where we get off it. And the tube isn't known for comfort. Right, into Hayes and Harlington. In the dreariness. Yeah, I've never understood the people that commute a long way for work. I said I had a job a few years ago that was a 45-minute commute. After 4 days, I was like, nah, sod that. I ain't travelling that long. Yeah, we got people where I work that over an hour each way to come back and forth to work. Not only is it the time on your day, but it's the fuel cost. Unless you're earning a lot of money. An hour each way, I just wouldn't contemplate it. I think Nico used to like an hour and a bit. I'd get a job closer to home. Or if you love the job where you're at, move. I wouldn't entertain it. I get frustrated if my commute's 15 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I'd be looking for something else. Again, there's enjoying the job, and there's adding 2 hours to your day. I worked an hour from home many years ago. I lasted a year. I didn't mind it in the mornings. It's just in the evening. I used to finish at 6, so I'd be getting home at like 7 p.m. and there's no, you don't get any life then. It's getting that work-life balance. I'm quite lucky. Worst case scenario, 5:15, I'm in the house. So my evenings, nearly 5 hours. That's not bad. And I leave the house at just gone 7 a.m. in the morning. Right, Southall is next. A lot of people do it though. A lot of people will, here will drive to the train station, get on a train into London every day, get off the train, get on the tube, go to work, and do the reverse, sort of 3 hours a day commuting. There's, it's great if you're paid a lot of money and you just live for the weekends, but it's not all about money, is it? Three hours to get to work. Ouch. You wouldn't do it. You just, an hour I could see. It's not bad, but again, you get held up in traffic. Well, yeah, it is the work-life balance in it. I could go and get a job tomorrow that will pay me a lot more money than I'm earning now, doing what I used to do, but have more stress, more pressure, and more hours, but be better off. What's the point of having money in the bank and being stressed and miserable? I'd rather have no money in the bank and have some sort of time at home where I can do this. Again, it's the first job I've had in a lot of years where I haven't had to work weekends. Okay, we may have stopped slightly a bit too... Oh, it counts. Okay. Yeah, some of the train's in. Alright, camera. Most of the train not on the platform, but some of it's on the platform. That's good enough. No one's going to spend 5 hours travelling to work. Right. Oh, yeah. Again, I was in a job that was completely stress-filled. That off, here it is. Right, Hanwell next. It's blowing a hoolie here. Yeah, I don't really get stress anymore. I actually quite enjoy the job I've got. I like the variety, I like the company. I like the fact that I can walk out the door at 5 PM and not worry about it till the following day. I'm not looking forward to Monday after being off sick for 3 days, but you know, we'll worry about that on Monday. Right, Hanwell, West Ealing, Ealing Broadway, Acton Main Line, London Paddington. Blimey, it's a bit of a trek to go. If I'd been going a bit quicker, we may have made it on time. Yeah, don't forget, we'll be back tonight with some trucking between 5:30 and 6. And then back tomorrow lunchtime for some farming. Scandinavia, carrying on from where we got to last time. So heading north up into ProMods. Right, try a bit of braking, but not too much braking. By coming in slowly, hopefully we'll get something about right. Probably won't. Nope. Definitely not. Shooting through the station. Well, not bad. Only one carriage too far. That's all right. Door slightly hit the railing there, and people getting off this front door may have a bit of a step. Right, lock doors, back into second. West Ealing next. Release the brakes. Give it some of the beans. And we shall, when we get back to Paddington, we'll probably end. So run up and down. Yeah, it shouldn't really go second to fourth, but it's doing it. Had a car like that once, and that had 2 gearboxes on it. Couldn't get third. So you get used to, in the end, going second to fourth. Went to part exchange it. Guy took it out for a test drive, and it like crunched into third. He just looked at me. I didn't say anything. So I get used to it. I was hoping he wasn't going to drive it. Braking. Yeah, clutch is classed as a consumable because it's designed to wear out, so they wouldn't replace it. Yeah, clutch, brakes, tyres won't get replaced under warranty because they are a consumable item. Probably things like water pumps won't be covered either. No belts. Locked doors. Back into second. Ealing Broadway. Onto a tube line now. Did I release the... No, I didn't. Are we going to move forward? Yes, we are. Generally here, you change your water pump when you change your cam belt. So every like sort of 80,000 miles or so. Mine got done 20,000 miles ago. Cam belt, water pump, had new injectors. Runs really, really well. Right, Ealing Broadway next. Then we've got Acton Main Line and then London Paddington. Right, off with the throttle. We're going to get one stop right, surely. I think the rain's not helping. That's a bit early, that'll be fine. Most of the trains on the platform, that's all that matters. So we've got the tube here as well at Ealing Broadway. So the bay platform there, tube over there. And then onwards towards I don't know. I might change it up truck-wise tonight. Lock left. Acton main line, 1.4 miles. Release the brakey. We're going to do the going. Yes, we are going to do the going forward. Can we go in a man? Well, it'd be nice, but maybe after the stream. I've got the default Renaults. They've ruined the F-Max. The F-Max used to sound fantastic. They've done an update to it, and it sounds flipping awful now, because we were going to use the F-Max before. But I don't know what they've done to it. So it might be Scania. Might go in an older Scania this evening. We shall see. I shall sort that out when I sit down in front of the computer about 10 minutes before I start streaming. Right, a couple more stops to go then before we make our way back to Paddington. Nice little bimble up and down between Reading and Paddington. Just to start getting a bit of speed up, we have to slow down again. Thing is, not many people are on at the beginning, and I have to be in a truck to be able to. Well, I don't have to be in a truck to do the convoy, but yeah, we get everyone together before the stream starts. Otherwise, then we've got to faff about. It's tougher for a convoy because you always get someone that turns up like about a minute before the stream. So it can take us like 45 minutes to get everyone in with the right load, parked up, ready to start the stream. It's not something that happens like instantly. So me then mucking about trying to change truck. Actually, that weren't bad from a stopping point of view. Apart from the little bit of a step down on that first door, that was alright. It was fine. Right. Yeah, mind the gap between the train and the platform. Mind the gap. Lock doors. And Paddington. Hearing that a lot in London. Yeah. I was looking at car parking options, but then Ed trying to find somewhere to park in central London, like Covent Garden, rather than get the tube in. But it was like 30 quid to park for the day. But I'm sort of kind of looking forward to getting the tube in. I think that's going to be part of the experience of the day. Oh, central London's expensive. Actually, I haven't looked to see how much it's going to cost us to park where we're getting the tube from. I haven't thought about that. Yeah, I know. I've been messaging him. He's going to decide on the Friday. So he's either going to go home from here on the Saturday morning, or he's going to come into London, linger around at the Comes Transport Museum, and then go home from there, either by train or by coach from Victoria. Or if he feels okay, then he'll come back with you. So you've got like 3 different options. But he's coming down here for the Friday. Right, 3 miles to go to Paddington. Only in the only place I've ever seen them actually is London. Victoria Coach Station. I think some of the underground stations have got paid toilets. Where I go down in Southsea, where we're going in May, that's paid. It's like 20p or something. 20p for a pee. Right, 2.2 miles from Paddington. Do I know how the limbo was created? No. Oh, okay, shorty, which probably means he won't come then. So otherwise he'd have to still get back from London on the Saturday anyway. Right, 1.6 miles to Paddington. Unless he might just go back, because there's a coach from here, like 4 hours I think, on the Saturday morning. So unless he still come down here on the Friday, and then just go back home by coach. The concept of a paid toilet baffles you. It's twofold really. You'll have them in touristy areas. So it stops abuse, certainly in London. And they say it pays for the upkeep and cleanliness of the toilets because they'll need more cleaning. So you'll have a toilet attendant normally stationed there, so they're cleaned all the time. But who carries cash? I can't remember the last time I took any loose change with me anywhere. So I wouldn't have 20p on me to go to the toilets. I got 4 bowls of coins in my kitchen that I haven't taken anything in or taken anything out or put anything into them for about 3 or 4 years now. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Oh, we're okay, we're not a bay platform. Are we a bay platform? We might be a bay platform. Oh shit, okay, we'll stop there then. Okay, well, some of the train made it to Paddington. Yeah, I paid by app when we did the York meet-up. Just dumped the car, paid for it on the app. It's a lot easier. It's a train station right next, car park right next to the train station. If it wasn't for the lateness I was coming back, I would have got the bus. Or walked. If it had been the summer, I would have just walked. I would have walked in, and either got a cab back or a bus back. But the parking cost me like £6, I think it was, all day. Right, well there we go. We have arrived back at Paddington with the train throttling away. Yeah, I know. It wouldn't go anywhere because the doors are open. It's now going back to Reading, but I won't be taking it. There we go then. Trip out to Reading in the class, whatever it was, and a trip back again in the 101. Next time, something. I don't know, can't remember how far we got with the whole going through them alphabetically thing. But we'll do something next Saturday. I've got no idea what's shame really. Won't ever do the Holiday Express thing again. That was quite good fun. But yes, more to come next week with some more Train Sim World 3. So there we go. Next stream though is back in 4 hours time. Yeah, about 4 hours time with some trucking, and then back tomorrow lunchtime ish, maybe earlier, depends how bored I am, with some farm sim, and then back on Tuesday with more trains, Train Sim Classic, carrying on from King's Cross. Wednesday will be OMSI next week. Thursday is going to be Flight, attempting the 737. And Friday is something next week. Saturday lunchtime, more of this. Working in the morning on a Sunday morning? Disgraceful. There we go. So we'll end there. Thanks to you lot in chat for keeping me company for the last 2.5 hours. And to these people here. To Nightbot and Shorty for doing, well, nothing. Frautist, Calypso, and Themen for following, and Cryptic and McBone for resubscribing. Thank you very, very much indeed. There we go. I will be back with, well, the normal idiots, basically, apart from that one, tonight for some trucking. Until then, if you have been, thanks for watching.